guy up. We'll do some splitting. If you do any sawing, you do firewood and all that other stuff, you need a can hook. That's the beefiest one I can find. I'd rather have an old one that I can rehandle, but the odds of me bending that are about zero. Alright, that little husky works pretty good. I've got a terrible limp from my damn turn to my ankle. The other day, falling off that fucking ladder. But whatever. I can't stand to just sit and twiddle my thumbs. A lot of times it makes everything worse. So I brought out the pull these out. The Gransfors Bruks splitter, and it's the short one. I got a bit of a cowlick going on. I need to get a haircut. My dadgum ankle hurts. I got too much stuff to do. It iced like crazy. Day before yesterday, and I just got a lot of stuff to get done. Damn, that son of a bitch hurts. So that's it. I call it the GFB. It's the short one. I think it's 27 inches long. Where's that Fiskars at? So I just leave the Fiskars outside anymore. But you can kind of see the difference there. It's about 8 inches or so. I guess you can't make it out that way. But yeah. So I don't know, it splits pretty good. It's not as good as that Fiskars. It's not as good. But the only reason I got the short one is because the head on the long one is 2 pounds heavier. And honestly, you know, you can't go wrong with them, but they're too much money for what you get. Somebody asked me about the Japanese splitter. Look at that. And it's gone up in price quite a bit, actually. I think I got mine for $100. Thereabouts. I want to say it was $109. Big old knot in him. Hit him one more time. I burn big chunks. I like to throw one in there and just let him go for a couple hours. I don't like having to fill the stove constantly. But yeah, this one was two something, 220. I can't remember. Too much. It was 2 something, but it was too much for what you get. And I've seen a couple folks with the Swedish forest axe, at least, which I've got one, and I haven't had any issues with it, but they weren't hardened properly or something, because the edges are just rolling terrible. And when you spend that much money on an axe, you know, I mean, obviously there's always going to be issues, but it's hard to, you know, it'd be one thing like, and it very well could be, but if GFB made a policy where, let's say, I've got this out somewhere, I'm on a hunting trip and I've got my little forest axe, and something break the handle or something happens to it, for that kind of money, I should be able to take it to any GFB dealer and them sort me out. Kind of like how that Patagonia jacket, I had that old Patagonia hard shell, and on our trip this year, the vent, it had side vents, and we used them because it rained a lot of it, a lot of the time. But that jacket was 20 years old, and it didn't get a ton of use, but it was old, you know, and those glues, you know, over time. But it was a $400 jacket, and we were in Boston. I went to the Patagonia store in Boston. They got me the one I had was the best one that they had made at that time, you know, $400 or $500 or something. And I was like, yeah, man, no sweat, we'll get you sorted out. Now, I don't like Patagonia's stance on a lot of stuff, their politics, but you cannot argue with that customer service and that, you know, kind of pledge to have the best, you know, the best gear, kind of thing. And but you know, they had me out the door in 10 minutes or something. It was a stock. Should have recorded it. I didn't even think about it. You know, I had to park 3 or 4 blocks away from where that store was, and so I was just concerned with getting back to the cart. Oh man, that's there's a big old knot in this one. Let's just take him apart. There's a big old knot in them, and what you can do on these big ones, was a 16-inch round going across, 16, 18, is you can just take it apart piece by piece and then work your way to the knot. That's no good. Thing is, this thing doesn't really get stuck to where it has issues getting out. That's weird. There's something odd with that. There we go. With that log. Oh, whoops. So that's kind of a sissy hit, huh? Now, but that back to, you know, like getting up on. Not paying attention to what I'm doing. But when you spend that kind of money and you find it, you know, you have issues or whatever, it doesn't matter what the cause is. It's like the guy at Patagonia. He didn't sit there. He wasn't an inquisitor saying, well, how did it happen? Fill out this form. None of that shit. Just, oh damn, bro, we'll get you sorted out. Boom, 10 minutes, gone, done. And that's really what you're paying for. Is A, you're not paying for a piece of equipment that you know is going to fail, like a vortex scope. You know that's going to fail. People still swear by them, but God, they're junk. If you're gonna buy a scope, buy a knife. If you got the money to buy a razor, a vortex razor, then you've got the money to buy a freaking Knife Force. You know, just buy the Knife Force, be done with it. If it's a couple extra bucks, who cares? Oh, there we go. Get something out of it anyway. Shit. I'm already tired. I'm just out of shape. There we go. A little bit of a knot in there, but not terrible. Thus far, anyway. This one's proved to be a difficult dude. But yeah, they should do that with the GFBs. Because, you know, send them, and maybe they do, because you really don't hear about it that often. Oh, man, nope. I'm done with that one. Screw that shit. Oh, come on, Jason. Swinging like a pansy. Come on. But that Japanese splitter's better. Especially for the money. But I mean, that Fiskars is better for the money than this. Like, to me, the fit and finish even on this isn't great because it's so short. They should have got that steel collar to sit down in the wood more, because you can really catch your hand on it. Like really hurt your hand if you aren't paying attention, which I hardly ever pay attention. So it's just a matter of time, isn't it? Oh, God. But I like it. I mean, and it's a GFB, so, you know, shouldn't ever have any issues with it. I just wish it was a longer handle with the same head. You know, a swinging an 8-pound splitter is rough. I mean, a lot of guys can do it, but not for long. If they claim they can do it for hours, they're lying. They are lying. I've noticed that. A lot of bullshitters on YouTube. A lot of bullshitters. But no, this thing's too much money. It's just too expensive for what you get. I mean, you can get 3 of those. And that one's so 13 years old. There's, give or take, 10 to 13, something like that. You're not bending over as much with the longer handle. You get more speed and momentum behind it with a longer handle. Yeah, some of this stuff, I mean, this was standing dead, or damn near it. Hadn't been down long, but it's definitely got some issues. Normally ash is pretty good in that regard. And I noticed that my ankle don't hurt as much when I'm working. Just not paying attention to it as much. So I got a bunch of these to do. It does a good job. But ash is easy, man. If you can't split ash, you got problems. I'm not swinging real hard because I'm already wore out. Just haven't been doing much lately. And I'm trying not to put it in the dirt, honestly. But that's no excuse. I'm trying not to sink him in the dirt, because the dirt, get dirt all over it, and if you don't oil it, then it'll start to rust. Golly, that's got a little bit of a hump to it. A little bit of a twist. But bunch of. Let's give this guy some love. So you can really get a good loop going on this guy. And this is a piece of a crotch, so this is going to be a bitch to split. But still gets it. Oh man, yeah, that crotch is tough shit there. Almost. Yeah, that was much easier to get out. Oh man, almost hit him a little off. There we go. Yeah, that was a lot. That was a big crotch piece. Big old knot. But it busted out. That one had termites in it. Come on, get out of there. And I'll stick to it that council, damn it, come on. That council tool's a damn good axe. If you gotta only have one, a council tool 3.5 pound splitting axe, you gotta be a stout son of a gun to swing it as a feller, but yeah, this isn't gonna have. That's just a big old freaking knot. I ain't even gonna worry about it. I got a huge stove that will fit that, or somebody else can mess with it. But I ain't gonna. But yeah, so it's not terrible. Let's see if we can break this down a little bit more. Oh, man, that son of a bitch is stuck in there. Come on, you fucker. Well, shit. I can't use my damn ankle, or my foot rather. Well, shit. I guess that son of a bitch might be stuck in there for a little bit because I can't do anything about it. I really don't want to strike on the back of that, but I don't know if I got much choice. This is dangerous as hell. Don't do this. Luckily that Fiskars is pretty soft. All I gotta do is, I don't want to go down really, I just need to knock him out there. God, there it goes. Woo! Screw that shit. But anyway, a couple tough pieces in there, I tell you what. But anyway, that's not bad to split with, but if I had to do it over again, I wouldn't buy it. You know, that's just me. At least in this size. I think I'd suck it up and get the heavier one with the longer handle. So, I don't know. Kind of almost looking forward to the day I break the handle. But anyway, that's it. That's all. I just wanted to get out and do something instead of sitting in the house doing nothing.